We're good.
Okay. All right. This meeting is now being called to order at 3 p.m. Clerk, please call the roll.
Karina Talamontes.
Here.
Sean Tao.
Here.
Katie Valenzuela.
Here.
Katie Maple.
Here.
Mai Bang. Phil Cerna. Patrick Kennedy. Rich Desmond. Sue Frost. Pat Hume. Mary Jane Lopez Taff.
Here.
Rod Brewer. Kevin Spees.
Present.
Sean Farmer. Garrett Gatewood.
Here.
Tanya Kravchuk.
Here.
Noel Mora.
Here.
Vina Lefkowitz.
Here.
Saul Hernandez.
Here.
Jennifer Larrett. Portia Middleton. Sergio Robles. Linda Budge. And we have a quorum of 12 members. I'll read the statement. This meeting of the Sacramento Public Library Authority is cablecast live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T Uverse cable systems. This meeting is closed captioned and live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.net. Today's meeting will be repeated Saturday, December 14 at 4 p.m. on Channel 14 and can also be viewed on Metro Cable 14's new YouTube channel. The meeting will also be recorded via Zoom. A DVD copy will be available upon request no later than 2 weeks following today's meeting. The full agenda, including reports, is available on the library website at www.saclibrary.org. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should complete a speaker identification form located at the back table and give it to the clerk. Members attending via Zoom should raise their hand in the Zoom program. Please speak clearly when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes so that everyone may be heard.
Thank you. If everyone can please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And we're moving along to item number 2, public comment on items not on the agenda. Thank you. Moving on to presentations. Item number 3, Friends of the Sacramento Public Library.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devon Graves, and I am here to represent the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share on behalf of our community-facing organization. And I also want to thank my colleagues who are here in support as well. So we are still celebrating the passage of Measure E and beyond grateful to the support from members of the JPA. We have some upcoming stuff that we're looking forward to in the new year. One of those being our upcoming All Friends meeting where we have our election of our officers and board members. That'll be taking place February 2nd from 1 to 4 p.m. at Valley High North Laguna library location. I also do want to take an opportunity on behalf of the Friends to thank the outgoing members of the JPA. So board members Venezuela, Tao, and Frost, thank you so much for your service and partnership and looking forward to celebrating you all. I do want to take a moment to bring forth Friends' thoughts on one of the items that is before you all today, which is 6.5, the library hours assessment. We're excited that the library is taking this action and doing this study. We appreciate Director Coyle for sharing this information with us at our last meeting. We hope that the Friends are continued to be included in the consultation on this item. As you've read the item, it notes that non-library users will be sought after to get their thoughts on this. This is a very important group to ensure that we're supporting all those who have interest in the library. But we definitely have an opportunity here to engage our friends at the affiliate level who are our library users, who are part of our community. And so if this consultation, if the Friends can be included as one of those groups that are engaged in this process, we would greatly appreciate that. And with that, if you don't mind, Madam Chair, I'd love to pass over the mic to our president, Anita Scurry, who wants to say a couple words.
Wonderful. Welcome, Anita.
Hi, thank you very much. I would have been there in person, but I have a little, I'm on an e-scooter, so it was easier to stay home. So I wanted to echo what Devon said about including the Friends in this project to find out about the hours, to determine hours, and to reach out to people who are not users, but also to include the Friends, because we believe that the Friends are a partner of the library and that we are sort of the face of the community in many respects. And so we would hope that that would be something that we could be included in. And in keeping with being partners with the library, I'd like to point out that Friends of the Library month in October, we usually get some kind of a resolution from the JPA that we actually didn't get this year. So I'm hoping it can be put back on your radar and give us a retroactive resolution. We do use it when we fundraise for the big day of giving. The last thing that I would like to say is Measure E was a big, long slog. And I want to say thank you to Mayor Pro Tem Karina Talamantes, to Councilmember Mai Vang for their leadership in this endeavor. Also for Katie Hanslick, Sharon Usher, Peter Coyle in his individual capacity, not as director of the library, Jeff Rubin, and Jim Keddy. It was a really great team. There were also Friends volunteers who made this happen, not just through, we gave money, but also this group organized the additional volunteers who did all the outreach events. So Jeff Rubin, Rachel Caldor, Martin Green, Martin Rosenberg, Pam Whiteley, Tim and Kathy Hicks, and Debbie Burnett. They range from county branches like Arden, Dimmock, and Rancho to city branches like Coolidge and Colonial Heights and South Natomas. And I'm really happy that it passed by 74%. So does anybody have any questions? This is my second to last meeting, so thank you for letting me speak.
Wonderful. Thank you, Anita. And I just want to piggyback off of the Friends presentation since they discussed the Measure E. Like Anita said, it passed at 74.21%. So congratulations, Sacramento. I just a special thank you to Sharon Usher, Peter Coyle in his spare time, the Friends, Jeff, Anita, everyone who knocked on doors, told a friend or two, or 5,000. Katie Hanslick, who helped us run the campaign. My colleague, Councilmember Mai Vang, who manages A Million Hats, planned a wedding in between and got married like 2 weeks afterwards.
Congratulations.
So congratulations. And Jim Keddy, just Sacramento, thank you so much. You know, we were really worried about our libraries only being open 3 days a week compared to 5, and we were very worried. I dreamed about libraries quite often because I was worried about this measure, and I'm just so happy that Sacramento saw the investment in our families, our community, and equity, technology, and everything that our Sacramento Public Library branches do to us. I also learned a lot along the way about the Library of Things and Seeds, and I just learned so much more. Every day that I'm on this board, which I've been on it for a few years now, the 6th year, I just learned something new because the library is always evolving, always looking to see what they can do that's new and exciting for our community. So thank you to everyone that donated here on this board, volunteered, and just shared our message. So thank you. Next up, we have 3.2 building projects updates. Jared and David.
Whoa.
He is actually working on a project out in the Delta right now.
Anybody feel that earthquake? That was awesome.
Oh.
Come on, feel for it.
Okay. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have, it's gotta be memorable.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like,
So,
Well, great opportune moment with just talking about buildings and the buildings.
infrastructure and earthquakes.
Yes, there we go. Yes, Actually, I specifically arranged that just for this moment. So,
Jared causing earthquakes.
yeah. So I wanted to give everybody a little update on the Martin Luther King Jr. Library and North Sacramento Hagenwood Library refresh projects that have been funded by the California State Library's Building Board Infrastructure Grant. So a little bit of review in the governor's budget for fiscal years 21 and 22. $489 million was allocated to California Public Libraries for this infrastructure grant program, which goes to fund life safety infrastructure deficits that we have with California Public Libraries. In California, there's over 1,100 public libraries, and it is estimated that there is over $4 million in need for these buildings, and Sacramento is no exception. In 2022 and 2023, staff worked with the respective jurisdictions who own our library buildings to apply for grants. Sacramento was incredibly successful, securing over $23 million. So you can see here we had Elk Grove, who received $4.4 million for the new Elk Grove Library. City of Sacramento, which led the way at $15.1 million for the refresh of the King Library, the North Sac Library, as well as other critical enhancements to other facilities, and the County of Sacramento with $2.7 million. But as we all know, the construction landscape has changed significantly over the years, and unfortunately, there are some significant budget shortfalls in two of these projects, specifically the King project and the North Sacramento project, and I'll provide those details. So the Martin Luther King Jr. Library project, which was initially estimated at roughly about $12.2 million, unfortunately has escalated significantly. The project is now estimated to be $15.8 million, of which the City of Sacramento secured $5.5 million in grant funding from the California State Library, an impressive $6.4 million local match. However, there is still a $3.6 million shortfall that will have to be met at some point in time for this project to complete. So how do you get to the $3.6 million? Unfortunately, as we know, inflation and other issues still related to post-pandemic for building materials has resulted in an additional $2.1 million needed for base construction costs. In addition, with every new library, per the Joint Powers Authority, there has to be furniture, fixtures, equipment, and books that go along with this. So there's $1.5 million additional that will be needed. Please note that we are taking every opportunity to reallocate those items that we can from the existing Martin Luther King Jr. Library to the refreshed building. So the total funding request that is needed is an additional $3.6 million that the City of Sacramento will be responsible for. The next, in terms of project timelines, so our grant was secured in 2022 for King. The branch is closing this December, at the end of December, and construction will start in spring of 2025. The next project where there is significant shortfall is the North Sacramento Hagenwood Library. Project was initially estimated at approximately $10.8 million. It has now gone to $14.1 million, of which the State Library, the City of Sacramento received a $7.25 million grant, the largest single grant received by all of our jurisdictions that applied from the California State Library. They were able to put together a $3.66 million match. However, there is still a $3.25 million funding shortfall. This project, unlike the King project, has the luxury of completing 1 year later and does not have to be completed to 2027, which gives the city a little additional time to find some funding. But much like the King project, the same issue still exists for the shortfall. It's your base construction costs have gone up over $1.35 million, and furniture, fixtures, and equipment here is estimated at 1.9, which is higher than the King project. And reason being is because we are going from a much smaller library to a larger library, and much of the equipment at the existing site cannot be reused. So in conclusion, there are some challenges ahead. We have a rare opportunity. This is once every probably 25-year money. The State Library has worked very diligently at providing these one-time funds. Worst case scenario, if the jurisdictions cannot find the additional funding, money would have to be turned back. I know the City of Sacramento has a lot of skin in the game, and that's something they don't want to see happen. But these projects are truly key and critical for community benefit and really helping areas in need provide the much needed library service and refresh libraries that they need. So we wanted to go ahead and make the board aware of this because we know this is going to be a topic of discussion moving forward in 2025 and how to make these projects whole. So if you have any questions, please reach out.
Thank you, Jared. We have Director Maple.
Thank you, Chair. And just want to thank you for the presentation and the information. And more just wanted to make a comment. Obviously, we know that the loss of the Colonial Heights Library for a year or so is a really big loss for all of our library communities, but especially in an area that's incredibly underserved and has a lot of challenges. I know it was noted in our last facilities consultant report that the Oak Park area is in desperate need of a library, even with the Colonial Heights Library there. And so just wanted to flag that that's a need, and that my office is working closely with the Public Library Authority, Peter and Jared and others, to see if we can find alternatives in the future. So still working on that diligently, and we'll keep folks updated, but just want to take this opportunity to say that publicly. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Maple. Next up, we have item 3.3. Thank you, Jared. Leaving board members proclamation by Director Coyle. Not Director, Library Director.
Thank you, members of the Authority Board. This is the time of year that is sad for us to see members of the Authority Board in terms of service in their respective jurisdictions and leave the Authority Board. And so we have a couple of proclamations for the members of the board who are leaving. And so if you'll indulge me, I'd like to read those if that's okay, Chair Talamontes. Yeah. I'll try and do this fairly quickly because there's so much to say for everybody. There's so many great things that have happened and the efforts that the members of the Authority Board give to the library, which is appreciative. So the first proclamation is recognizing Katie Valenzuela at the conclusion of her service on the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board. Whereas Katie Valenzuela is concluding her service to the Sacramento Public Library Authority, having served as an Authority Board member since January 2023. And whereas Katie Valenzuela, during her service on the Sacramento City Council, has been a committed advocate for library services, focused on the most efficient use of public resources, and for continued and expanded library services throughout the city of Sacramento. And whereas Katie Valenzuela, during her faithful service on the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board, has been a strong voice of support of the Sacramento Public Library, its mission, its staff, and most notably her efforts in support of Library Parcel Tax Measure E. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board does hereby recognize Katie Valenzuela for her service to the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board and commends her for the outstanding service provided to the authority from 2023 to 2024 and wishes her success in her continued efforts on behalf of the residents of the city and her future endeavors.
Thank you, Director Coyle.
Thank you. We also have proclamation for Council Member Sean Tao, if I can read that, if that's all right. Yep. A proclamation recognizing Sean Tao at the conclusion of his service on the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board. Whereas Sean Tao is concluding his service to the Sacramento Public Library Authority, having served as an Authority Board member since April 2024. And whereas during his service on the Sacramento City Council, he has been a committed advocate for library services, focused on the most efficient use of public resources, and for continued and expanded library services throughout the city of Sacramento, including his advocacy for the North Sacramento Hagenwood Building Replacement Project. And whereas during his faithful service on the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board, he has been a strong voice of support of the Sacramento Public Library, its mission, and most notably efforts to support Library Parcel Tax Measure E. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board does hereby recognize Sean Tao for his service to the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board and commends him for the outstanding service provided to the Library Authority in 2024, and herewith wishes him success in his continued efforts on behalf of the residents of the city of Sacramento and his future endeavors. And I have a final one for Supervisor Frost, who's not here, but I'd like to read it if that's all right, too. A proclamation recognizing Sue Frost at the conclusion of her service on the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board. Whereas Sue Frost is concluding her service to the Authority Board, having served as an Authority Board member since 2017. Whereas Sue Frost, during her service on the Sacramento Board of Supervisors, has been a committed advocate for library services, focused on the most efficient use of public resources and for continued and expanded library services throughout the county. And whereas Sue Frost, during her faithful service on the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board from 2017 through 2024, having served as the chair of the Authority Board during the unprecedented challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 and chair during 2023 as well, has been a strong voice of support of the Sacramento Public Library, its mission, its staff, and support of Library Parcel Tax Measure B, and advocacy for locating a permanent home for the Orangevale Library. Now therefore be it resolved that the Library Authority Board recognizes Sue Frost for her service to the authority and commends her for outstanding service for the last 8 years and wishes her success in her retirement.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See, Director Valenzuela.
Thank you, Peter, for that resolution. And I just want to commend you and your team. It was funny, Jared, when you were standing up there, I was thinking of when I first met you, because I think it was like around 1 a.m. At the Library Galleria, because I had convinced Rivka to let us open the space for a winter shelter, like my first month in office. And we were staffing it until we could get this contractor on board. And so where Rivka was, Jared was. And I think it was just such a cool example of the dedication that this library team has. And Peter, you've taken over and just taken that to the next level. I think we were all nervous because Rivka was such an institution here, and you've really made it your own and really enabled your staff to thrive. And I have to tell you, that Free People Read Freely shirt that you gave us, by far the most popular shirt in my rotation right now. Everywhere I go, people are like, where did you get that shirt? So I think that's a fundraiser idea for you, and I'm just going to throw that out there. But I just want to commend the library staff and your leadership and all of the board members. This is an incredible institution. I've been glad to be a small part of it for the last year. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Valenzuela, and I love your sweatshirt, which is very in the holiday spirit. Director Tao.
Thank you, Chair Talamontes. Thank you, Peter and library staff. It's an honor to be on this board for this short year and also be able to support Measure E in the library tax, and also commend the library board and Friends of the North Sac Library for its effort on the North Sac Library. I'm committed to with the city to definitely make sure that we get that project going and that that budget shortfall is covered. And so while not on council, but as an advocate for the community, we'll definitely work with the new coming council member to make sure that we support our libraries.
Thank you, Director Tao. All right, moving along to item number 4, executive team report. And we'll take photos at the end, maybe as a group. Okay.
I have a couple items I'd like to highlight. Has already been mentioned, Measure E passed, and so we were very excited that that occurred, and that was a very collaborative effort between the city, members of this body who are on the council, and members of this body who are on other bodies as well, and the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library. It was really an all hands on deck effort to get this across the finish line, and the support we saw, quite frankly, exceeded our expectations. But I am not surprised. In the time I've been here back in Sacramento, I have truly learned or had it cemented in my heart how much people in this area love the library, and we certainly try to live up to those expectations. And if I might say, I think the support of the library bears out the great efforts that we're doing. So we're really grateful for the recognition of the hard work that we do, but also the hard work of those who really worked to get this measure passed. And also another piece of good news is that starting next year, the Walnut Grove Library will be opening for longer hours on Thursdays. Yes, Thursdays. And currently they are open during the school day for some students at the school, but we are adjusting that schedule, and the public will be able to come to the library during the day on Thursdays. I'm so really excited for that and to offer that to the community to have more access to the library. And another feather in our cap was that the Carmichael Library was honored for the Best Public Service category from the Chamber of Commerce of Carmichael, beating out a number of other very worthy, say, opponents, for lack of a better term, but we were grateful to have the staff recognized for their hard work. And then finally, I just draw your attention to some statistics at the end of the report. We are part of a group called the Urban Libraries Council, which is about roughly 180 larger library systems in the country. And this year they compiled a bunch of data about how our peer libraries are responding to the use of libraries after the pandemic. And so we compared ourselves to the nationwide statistics. And I think the numbers speak for themselves, but generally we are on trend or exceeding our peers in how our libraries are being used post the pandemic. So that was really heartening to see that we are in many cases better off in terms of usage and numbers and increase of usage compared to the average that we're seeing across the nation. And with that, I'll end my report and entertain any questions you have. There are some specific details in the report from Deputy Director Keller about a number of facilities issues, but I'd encourage you to make yourselves aware of those and ask any questions you might have on those projects.
All right. Is there anyone online with questions? I don't see anybody on. Okay. Thank you so much for your report. Really appreciate it. Moving along to consent, and I'm looking for a motion in a second. So moved. Second. Wonderful. And Director Lefkowitz has a comment on item 6.5.
Yeah, this is the one with library hours. And first, I am really pleased with the contract you're awarding and the scope of services. Although I do agree with the Friends of the Library, I also agree that we need to figure out who's not using the library, and I was really pleased to see that in your contract. Just a few kind of reflections on that. I know I saw that the main languages they were going to do outreach in was Spanish and Russian, and I know we have a pretty large Middle Eastern refugee community, and so I just wanted to put that out on your radar. Also, in terms of the school outreach, I was obviously interested and excited to see that, and I wanted to invite you to reach out to the county office and the two trustees that serve on your board. But we're doing a lot of work with schools that are community schools. This is like a whole new thing with the state, right? And they're all low-income schools who are trying to connect to their community, and I think they'd be really good schools. There's 5 districts that are doing community schools, so I just wanted to offer SCOE services to help you with that outreach. And then finally, I have a special place in my heart for foster youth, and I know there aren't a lot of foster youth in our communities, 1,200 total. But it's a population that really could use benefit of the safe harbor of libraries and all the great resources. So I just wanted to put that out there and encourage you to reach out to the county CPS staff and figure out ways to hear from our foster youth. So thank you very much.
Great. Can I respond to that, Chair, please? Sure. Board Member Lefkowitz, thank you for that feedback. Those are definitely things that as we execute this contract, we'll talk to the vendor. I think some of those are very great. All of them are great suggestions. I think they're very easy to address, so we'll definitely make sure we do that. So thank you.
Great comments, Director Lefkowitz. All right, we have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Chantal? Aye. Karina Talamantes?
Aye.
Katie Valenzuela?
Yes.
Katie Maple?
Aye.
Mai Vang?
Yes.
Mary Jane Lopez Taff? Mary Jane Lopez Taff?
Aye.
Rod Brewer? Kevin Spees?
Aye.
Sean Farmer? Garrett Gatewood?
Yes.
Tanya Kravchuk?
Aye.
Noel Mora?
Aye.
Bina Lefkowitz?
Yes.
Saul Hernandez?
Aye.
Sergio Robles?
Aye.
Motion passes with 13 members voting.
Thank you so much. All right, moving along to item 7. And I know that there's another board meeting at 4 p.m., so we might lose a quorum in like 15, 20 minutes. And I know we have to go into closed session, so. Go ahead, Johnny.
Thank you, Chair Talamantes and members of the board. So I'll make it quick in light of the timing. So I have a short PowerPoint presentation on the audited financial statements. If you can bring up the presentation, please. Okay, so as I mentioned, so on the agenda today are the audited financial statements for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2024. So I'm pleased to report that we had a successful year close and audit process. So this year we had a bit of a challenge. We were going through our financial software upgrade simultaneously with closing the books and preparing for the audit as well too. So that was a major lift for the finance staff. So I just want to thank the finance team for their hard work and dedication. So the audit was completed by JPA requirements, and the end result was an unqualified audit opinion, indicating that the authority is in compliance with generally accepted accounting principles and the Government Accounting Standards Board, so GAAP and GASB standards. Our internal controls are good, and there were no audit findings. So diving right into the numbers, as you can see on page 14 of the audited financial statements, we ended the year with $67.6 million in fund balance. So of that amount, we have four major funds. The General Fund ended the year at $9.6 million. County Sacramento Fund at $33.7 million. City of Sacramento Fund at $14.6 million. And $9.4 million for Measures X and B combined. We have one small non-major fund, the Permanent Fund, ended the year at $300,000, so a total of $67.6 million. So looking at the County of Sacramento fund balance in a bit more detail, so again, we ended the year at $33.7 million. Of that amount, $14.7 million is for general branch expenditures. Donations at $611,000. $11.6 million for reserve for cash flows and economic uncertainties. Supplemental fund balances ended at $6.4 million, and deferred maintenance at $443,000 for a total of $33.7 million. So of this supplemental fund balance, the breakdown as follows. $3.8 million for the unincorporated areas of the county libraries. City of Citrus Heights Library at $462,000, almost $1.2 million for the two Elk Grove libraries. City of Galt at $206,000, Alton Library at $27,000, and Rancho Cordova at $645,000. Similarly, on the City of Sacramento fund balances, there are two major funds. The City General Fund / Measure U combined ended the year at $14.6 million. Of that amount, $53,000 is for donations. General branch expenditures at $11.6 million, $2.6 million for economic uncertainty reserves, and $318,000 for deferred maintenance. Measure X and B combined on the right-hand side, we had $7.9 million in positive tax carryover. So again, this is Measure X and B combined. $38,000 in donations and $1.5 million in economic uncertainty reserves for a total of $9.5 million in fund balance. A couple other notable numbers, pension liabilities. So as you probably see in your respective agencies, pension liabilities is probably one of the bigger numbers in the financial statements. So under GASB 68 and 71, public agencies are required to record the net pension liability, deferred outflow, and deferred inflows. So we ended the year at $25.8 million in net pension liability, and related deferred outflows in $10.6 million and $172,000 for deferred inflows. So pension liabilities are recorded on the government-wide financial statements, and additional information can be found on note 11 of the financial statement. OPEB liabilities, so OPEB is known as other post-employment benefit. So under GASB 75, the library recorded a net OPEB obligation in the amount of $7.4 million and related deferred outflows of $383,000 and $1.5 million in deferred inflows. Note 12 describes OPEB in more details. A couple more items. So the last couple of years, public agencies had to record leases in the financial statements. So under GASB 87, recognizing leased assets and lease liabilities. So the library recorded right to use leased assets in the amount of $2 million, a lease liability of about $2.1 million. We also have one small lease receivable in the Sylvan Oaks Library. So we have a lease receivable in the amount of $297,000 and deferred inflows of $274,000. So Note 8 provides additional information on leases. And then new last year was GASB 96, also known as Subscription-Based Information Technology Agreement, SBITAs. So the library recorded a right to use intangible assets in the amount of $224,000 and a subscription liability of $87,000 for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2024. And then also Note 9 provides additional information on SBITA informations. So lastly, the library, we report our financial statements on the two bases of accounting. So the modified accrual and the full accrual basis. So modified accrual, this focuses on the current available resources. This is where we record our governmental funds and where we do all our budgeting. So as you can see on the recap, we ended the year at $67.6 million, and we saw the breakdown earlier with the different fund balances. Under the full accrual basis of accounting, this is what's known as the government-wide financial statement. And this focuses on all available resources, so capital assets, long-term liabilities, including net pension, OPEB, accrued compensated absences, leases, and SBITAs. So under the full accrual basis of accounting, the library had capital assets in the amount of $14.9 million, $19 million for the County of Sacramento branches, $7.6 million for the City of Sacramento branches, and $5.2 million for household tax, Measure X and B combined, and $4.8 million for restricted agency-wide, and unrestricted ended the year at $5.9 million. So for a total of $57.5 million in net position. And then, so under attachments A and attachment B, the governance letter and management letter, so there were no difficulties encountered in performing the audit, no disagreements with management. The books are clean, and there were no reportable issues identified. So again, thank you to the finance team for the hard work and dedication as we close the books, prep for the audit, and then also did the conversion as well to from our Eden financial system to Enterprise ERP. So that concludes my report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I don't see any members up to speak. Is there any on Zoom?
Taft.
There is?
Yes. Mary Jane Lopez Taft.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Thank you, Johnny, for your presentation. I have a question for you, and this is really just for my own information. How do we service the pension liability?
So how do we service the pension liability? So the pension liability, so our pension is through CalPERS, as you know. So the liabilities are presented in the CalPERS annual actuarial valuation report. And so this is where we capture the numbers from the annual the annual actuarial valuation report from CalPERS.
Now, is that what we owe to CalPERS for our pensioners, or are we out of alignment is what I really want to know. Do we owe CalPERS for our pension fund?
So the pension is, it's not unusual to have a pension liability. We are approximately, I believe, 80% funded. So that's a really high number. And, typically agencies are not going to be fully funded because year after year they'll go through the annual evaluation report updates, and then so the amounts are going to vary from year to year depending on investment returns and then other factors as well too when CalPERS prepare their annual report.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Is there any other speakers on Zoom? No. Okay, seeing none, I need a motion and a second.
I'll move.
Okay. Did you catch that, clerk? Okay, please call the roll.
Sean Tao. Aye. Karina Talamonte.
Aye.
Katie Valenzuela.
Yes.
Katie Maple. Mai Vang.
Yes.
Mary Jane Lopez Taff.
Yes.
Kevin Spees.
Aye.
Eric Gatewood.
Yep.
Tanya Kravchuk. Tanya Kravchuk. Noel Mora.
Aye.
Bina Lefkowitz.
Yes.
Saul Hernandez.
Aye.
Sergio Robles.
Aye.
And motion passes with 11 members voting.
Thank you so much. Moving along to item 8, reports, ideas, and questions from board members. Seeing none, closed session. We will meet in the back room. Okay, we took no action in the closed session room, and this meeting is adjourned at 4:25. Happy holidays.
You too.